Alright, the Reds, it's Talking Reds, it's Thursday. We're building up to Liverpool's big game against Arsenal at Anfield when we will obviously win. Sam is behind the camera, he is an Arsenal fan, and we've just been discussing earlier how Arsenal have got an absolutely shite record at Anfield in recent times. We've tonked them quite a number of times. Am I getting carried away? Am I being a mouthy scouser? Of course I am. That's what we're all here for. I'm Gareth Roberts, this is another mouthy scouser, Lizzi Doyle. And yeah, we're going to talk about what's going on in the world of the Reds. There's not loads going on, to be honest, but we're going to crack on anyway. Lovren, who you know has been looking for a move for some time now, is now linked with Bayer Leverkusen. Obviously, that can still go through as the transfer window for the Bundesliga is open until the 1st of September. So it's still time for him to push and move through. I mean, this has been debated over and over, Lizzie, but what do you reckon of it? I'm absolutely fine with it, I've got to say. I know this is harsh and I know he's put in some good performances at times, but I'm kind of done with watching the mind farts of Dejan Lovren, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that technical term was going to be used on a Thursday morning, really. I'm done with it, and I think people probably think I'm quite harsh, but that era of players, to me, I feel like we need to draw a line under it. The only one who's still clinging on, and I think he has one more season, is Adam Lallana. Yeah. I do think he actually, I think he's a good one to stick around. I think Dejan Lovren's a decent one to stick around. I think if he stays, sound, but if he goes, sound. Yeah. And I think the argument with Dejan Lovren is the same argument we were having over Nathaniel Klein last year. I remember when it was we were letting him go and all of a sudden the team was going to collapse and we had no right backs and we were going to lose the league, we were going to lose the Champions League, all because someone who never plays was going out on loan. And I think it's the same thing, and I think Liverpool fans are just a little bit worried because we've had bad luck. I think that's all it is. We've had bad luck where we've had multiple injuries in one position, and that doesn't happen a lot. It happened with our centre halves last year, when like Fabinho had to come in and cover, and like it nearly happened with the keepers this year as well. That's just bad luck. It's not something that's destined for Liverpool, and if all goes well, which touch wood it does, you're looking at a choice of Gomez and Matip. And then your covers Fabinho, who when he come in to do the odd job was
all right. And then you've got as well Hoover coming through the ranks, who everyone rates really.
Vandenberg as well, I suppose.
Yeah, so there's cover there. I kind of think it's a little bit similar to the Lucas situation as well, in that I think the manager doesn't mind him and is happy for him to stick around, but I think this is actually coming from the player and coming from his agent, i.e. he's looking at it, he knows he's third or fourth choice, he knows he's not going to be playing as regularly as he wants, he's at the wrong end age-wise now of his career.
Well, he's 30 now, isn't he?
That's what I mean, so it's one of them, like he could stick around and just accept where he is, but he seems to me the type of player who needs to play and wants to play.
I kind of have grown to like Lovren. I think before all the social media stuff and before the club were showing a lot of like the behind the scenes stuff, we didn't know much about him and we judged him on the pitch, and he was quite bad, you know, a lot of the time. It goes alongside Van Dijk. He played a great season before the one before last, and he was the right person to go alongside Van Dijk, whereas now that's just changed. And you know what, I like the fella. I think he's give us all for this club, and you can see the effect that he has on the team as well. We all love his little bromance with Mo Salah. Yeah. Stuff like that does come into effect. You know, Klopp talking about it with Mignolet, and he's not just making it up for no reason. But I think Klopp really likes Lovren. I think he really respects Lovren and will recognise that he's 30 years of age and he will want to play week in, week out. And I think Klopp's the type of person that will go, listen, I can't sit here and promise you first team football, because at the minute you're competing with two other lads who, sorry, they're just better than you at the minute, and you're waiting on an injury or you're waiting for League Cup and FA Cup, and that's not what Lovren's in it for, is it? It's just not.
Yeah, I think as well as probably his injury record goes against him as well, in that, you know, I kind of feel, maybe this is harsh, it's just my opinion, but kind of look at it and think, you know, that certain players, Van Dijk being one of them, has played through injury, has played through broken ribs and all kinds of stuff. Kind of feel like Lovren's the other end of the spectrum in terms of, like, if he's not 100%, he's like, I'm not playing, I'm gonna dip out for this one. All that counts. I mean, look, it's nice. The stuff you said's nice, but football's not nice, is it? Do you know what I mean? The harsh reality is you got to pick your best players. Your squad's got to be full of quality. And when you tail off, I mean, I remember, you know, there's the classic Bob Paisley line about let players get old on other people's books, and it's kind of like Arsene Wenger was another one who always did that as well before it started going tits up at Arsenal. Okay. Sorry, Sam. Next up is on the Echo's live blog today, Liverpool again being linked with Kai. How am I saying this?
Kai Havertz.
I don't want to be a bit talk.
I was just going to say, you're going down the talk sport.
Mine's more like innocent in that I'm just shit at pronouncing stuff. I think we should try and pronounce stuff rightly, and I'm banging to everyone all over the world coming to Liverpool and seeing what a great city it is and tell me how to tell your name. I'm just shit at doing it. But yeah, he's 20 years old, and Liverpool have been linked with a £91 million move. Now, I want to be a bit your dad about transfers here. It's fucking August.
I know.
And there's 4 months until anyone can buy anyone, apart from, the likes of Lovren and, for a couple more days. Honestly, why are there still transfer blogs? Like, why are people still clicking them? And those two things are connected. You keep clicking live transfer blogs, the people keep writing them. No one can sign anyone. Can we just forget about transfers for a bit and concentrate on who we've got and what we're doing and back the lads we've got, honestly? But anyway, that was the Dar rant. Back to the news. So 91 million quid. It's been mentioned a few times on the gutter. He's been linked with like everyone, like all the top clubs. And I kind of think this is another reason to stop writing transfer stories, is that there's no secrets in football anymore. It's not like you uncover some gem that no one's heard of. Everyone's got the scouting network, everyone's got the scouting apps and software and everything else. So it's more a case of making your club as attractive as possible and persuading them to come. And if Liverpool are in the conversation for this lad and so is everyone else, we've got every chance of getting them because we're the European champions.
It screams to me of agents tapping up journos, creating stories because this transfer window's closed, so let's start angling a move for him in January or, I don't know, next summer. It's planting seeds, isn't it? And the media, as we both know, can be very guilty of doing that. And, remember, I think I don't know if it was last summer or the summer before, you have to forgive me, I can't remember which one, where there was all this Harry Kane to Real Madrid talk. Yeah. And it was like, where's that even come from? And it was... One person mentions it as an idea, it gets picked up on as like a transfer rumour, then all of a sudden Sky Sports are doing it on The Debate, it's coming up on Match of the Day, then all of a sudden all these seeds are being planted that were never there in the first place. And listen, I'm happy to be linked with someone who's being touted as £91 million because I don't watch the Bundesliga, don't really know much about the lad, but if he's being looked at by all the big clubs for that amount of money, must be quite decent. So, I mean, I'm happy about it, but do we really care yet? Not at all.
No, wait till January. On that, by the way, there was a mad one where Mo Stewart of Anfield rap fame just mentioned on a transfer show like blah blah would be good for Liverpool. I've watched them a bit and I think he'd be good for us, etc, etc. And it ended up being a story.
I remember.
In the Daily Star.
I remember.
Well, Anfield fans clamouring for this player. Nah, Mo just mentioned it in passing on a video, mate. But if you want to write a story about it, then sound. Other stuff, Granit Xhaka's likely to be back for this weekend's game. Daniel Sturridge has moved to Turkey, to Trabzonspor.
I know, I can't say it. I've tried about 4 times, and Josh Sexton keeps correcting me. I keep saying it like Trabs.
Like your Trabs?
Trabzonspor, but it's not. It's really not. It clearly isn't.
So your talk sport now?
Trabzonspor.
Okay, he's gone there anyway. Good luck to him, and genuinely, I think Daniel's sound, and I hope that's the right move for him. Loads of people seem to have gone to Turkey, and it hasn't been for them. Obviously, massive culture shift and all the rest of it. But
boss beaches, boss
weather, boss food. Been good to Liverpool, hasn't it? Let's be honest. So let's hope he does well there. Finally, then, and last but not least, in all that, we've got a live show this weekend, Saturday, in the Canes Brewery Village, boss venue. Mad but boss. And the Anfield Rap are doing a live show there. It's a good laugh. The audience gets involved. We talk about footy. It isn't just people on a stage talking about footy. It's getting people up, having a laugh, doing sort of quizzes and things like that. Everyone having a bevy, everyone having a natter about their heads, and also raising money for good causes. And we're doing that yet again. Tickets are £7, available at theanfieldwrap.com/tour live. Doors open at 12 o'clock. The show starts at 12:45, and you will be done with plenty of time to get down to watch Liverpool beat Arsenal at Anfield on Saturday.
It should be a really good laugh. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's meant to be lovely hot weather, and where we're doing it actually has like one of the best outdoor spaces to drink in Liverpool, like Birdie's Bar and Barbecues, like, and the Cane's Brewery all around there. So even if you come for like a little bit or just afterwards, there's still plenty of time to even have a drink after it in the sunshine. It's good. And a lot of us will probably be down there as well. Like, we always like seeing you and saying hello, and and all the money does go to a good cause, doesn't it? So, like I say, just getting a couple of last minute things confirmed on that, but should all be fine. And I just hope that people come and say hello.
Could be a Boss special guest, but there'll be more on
that.
We'll see.
More on Talking Reds tomorrow.
But get involved, and as ever, listen to the Anfield App podcast, watch the Anfield App videos, read the stuff on the AnfieldApp.com. Nice one, up the Reds.